so that you may be able to internalize. You may be able to internalize what I am trying to express. Continuous happening. It's like awakening to the reality, not the end. Usually, yoga is understood as you master some postures or you achieve a particular state. It is neither mastering some postures nor achieving a particular state. Awakening to the continuous happening. See, whatever is happening around you is yoga. Whatever is happening inside you is yoga. As I mentioned, the dream line, the idea which you have about how your life should be, and the reality, the life of reality. Either you bring this line to this line, or you take this line to this line. Yoga starts happening. Yoga starts expressing itself through you. A person who takes this line to that line means trying to express more energy from the reality, trying to raise your what you call as real life to the dream level. I can use the word roughly materialist, who is trying to express in the reality so that he can reach what he dreams. But the problem is, by the time you travel a few steps towards the dream is running. If you are running towards the goal, one day you will achieve, but the goal is also running away. What will you do? If you are running towards the goal and if goal is stagnant, you will achieve it. But goal is also continuously moving. Your dreams are continuously changing. Your visions are continuously changing. Your ideas are continuously changing. Then there is no possibility of you reaching the dream. You reaching what we call is a dream life. Person who is trying to raise, who is trying to express the energy from the reality and trying to reach the dream level is materialist. And the person who is trying to reduce the depth of the fantasies and trying to bring that line to this reality line, you may call it a religious person, or he is taking up the ascetic life or renunciation. But an important truth, both are not going to exactly help. Both are not going to help. We need the deeper understanding, because neither renunciation leads to the truth, nor continuously trying to express more and more energy, trying to achieve the dreams is leading to the truth.
Beautifully, Swamiji explained the science of living enlightenment and how living enlightenment can help an individual in today's world. So, along with myself, also have a few devotees joining us from various parts of the world to be a part of today's segment for them, so that they can also share their powerful cognitions, their thought currents and truths about the Jivan Mukti science, the living enlightenment science, the living enlightenment book, and their experiences along with it as well. So, along with myself, we also have Sri Nithyananda joining us from Canada. Thank you so much, Ayya, for coming today and being a part of today's segment. Yes, Ayya. So, Ayya, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself first for all our viewers, and then we can enter into today's sharing. Please go ahead.
Nithyananda Maharaj, thank you. My name is Sri Nithyananda. I was born and grew up in Canada, and I spent some time as a computer engineering technologist and as an elementary school teacher. And I worked and studied in the education field since around 2000. And started the looking into what was beyond the limitations of the world's educational systems. It's quite limited with its psychology and philosophy and whatnot. So I started looking what was beyond that, and saw Swamiji on YouTube in 2008 and traveled to India for the Inner Awakening experience, and was initiated into the sannyas lifestyle of brahmachari in 2015. And since then have been working and living the and learning about the lifestyle and the need for Sri Kailasa and issues facing Hinduism and the future of the educational systems around the world. So glad to be here. Thank you very much, Nithyananda.
Yes, thank you so much, Sri Nithyananda, for coming today, joining us and being a part of today's panel. So yeah, why don't you go ahead and share some experiences you've had with the Living Enlightenment book and the Science of Living Enlightenment. That is the topic we're looking into today. The impact Jivan Mukti, the Science of Living Enlightenment, which Swamiji has revealed so many years back, how it still is relevant, how it still if people still use it as a go-to solution for any of their life problems, their life solutions. And as excuse me, as we've seen in the statistics as well, millions of people have this book at home and not only use this book to read and to learn, to imbibe the powerful cognitions, but worship this book as well. This book, as Swamiji himself says in his own words, is more than just a book for giving you knowledge. It has independent intelligence as well. So, Nyanatmaya, please go ahead and share your experiences you have had with the Living Enlightenment book and the Science of Living Enlightenment.
Great, Nithyananda. Thank you, Maharaj. Yes, actually, the Living Enlightenment book is, when enlightened incarnation speaks, his words are Vedas and initiate you as a sutra. And so many books that have come from Swamiji is literally just what he has spoken, and it's been recorded in print. With the Living Enlightenment deity, Swamiji actually sat and penned certain parts and arranged and energized the text itself. So one of the ways of getting initiation from the source of life and from the cosmic energy is through mantras, often in Sanskrit language, and various objects such as metals, stones can be energized as well, crystals. Also scriptures themselves, the written word themselves, and diagrams such as yantras also hold, and depictions of deities hold that energy and can initiate you as well, awakening your inner consciousness. And so this is one of the gifts that Swamiji has created in the form of the Living Enlightenment book, is that the book functions as an energized deity that responds with that superconscious intelligence. Wow, over the years, we've gone through many it's such a beautiful thing, because any feeling you're having, you can just sit with the feeling and ask the question, or ask for what you want, or what your guidance is needed. Just ask that question and open the book to any page and start reading, and you'll get a direct solution. So we've done this many times over the years with many people. One specific time I remember we were doing with one of the brahmacharis, and we were making a video. And so we had the copy of the Living Enlightenment book, and he asked a question and opened the book to a specific page and started reading. But midway through the recording, we ran out of battery, and so we had to redo it. And so we did it again, and he asked the same question, and I thought, oh, this is not going to work, because he asked the same question. Now he's going to get a different answer. And so anyway, what ended up happening was he opened up the book. He opened it to the exact same page. This book is like about 900 pages or more. And so afterwards, I asked them, I said, oh, I didn't know that you planned that. We should probably do it again when it's not planned, because you just knowing what you're going to open it up to and start reading, that's not what we need to be doing. And he said, no, I didn't plan it. It just happened that I opened to the exact same page both times. And so yeah, we've done this many times. It actually kind of gets lost in all the different gifts, frankly, that Swamiji has given, because there's so many things, even initiation through oneness capsules, videos, unclutching sessions, yoga, because everything initiated from an incarnation starts from that space of samadhi. And so you can get that enlightened experience through yoga, puja, yantras, reading immediately. So these are the kinds of experiences that we get. And just one more gift Swamiji has given is this ability for anyone to get an immediate solution, having no background, no previous knowledge. It's just, you can never say enough about it. It's one of the incredible gifts that it just gets lost with how many different powerful immediate life solutions Swamiji gives in so many different modalities.
Yes, thank you so much, Sri Nithyananda, for sharing your experience with the Jivan Mukti book, The Science of Living Enlightenment. And actually, this is Sri Nyanatmaya sharing is just one of literally thousands and thousands of people have shared their experience, have shared how the book just opens up and gives you a solution which you would need, which would have needed for some problem which would have faced earlier that day, or some problem which you may be even going to face in the future. So we have thousands and thousands of devotees, of disciples who share who have given their experience, and how the Jivan Mukti book is not just a book, it's more than just a book. It gives you the life solution. It opens up hidden gems inside itself when a problem arises and when that solution is needed. So thank you so much, Nyanatmananda, for sharing your experience with the book. Shivshankar Maharaj, you can go ahead next and first start by introducing yourself, and then go ahead and share your experiences, any experiences which you have had with the Jivan Mukti book, with the Science of Living Enlightenment. Please go ahead.
Nithyananda. My name is Shri Shivashankarananda. I am a Balasan of Nithyananda Gurukul, and I have been in the Gurukul for the past 8 years. I am from Malaysia. Today's, which I wanted to share, is for the Jivan Mukti book, how it has become a science, and how the Living Enlightenment book is, how it's so extraordinary. Swamiji tells. He tells in one very beautiful statement. He tells whatever I have to say, it is said in the book. Whatever I have said, it is said in the book. Whatever I am going to say, it is already been said in the book. So at one point of time, like for everybody, there is ups and downs, and we go through the mood swings. Either we get powerless, we go into our own emotions. So one incident which took place in me, where I was unable to manifest something which I want to do, but I like it, but I am not able to manifest. But I was like, it was too much of obstacles. Either a person is not allowing me, or because of my non-integrity is not taking place, and here and there. So we were manifesting a power in Gurukul, that we were reading the Living Enlightenment book, and we're supposed to write a powerful condition and manifest a power with it. So it is like how Nyanatma Maharaj was telling that the book can answer to whatever questions or whatever solutions it can give it to you. So at that point of time, I just open a random page. It's not like I have to go through and then see which powerful condition suits me, which powerful conditions really help me out to bring me out of this issue or bring me out of this problem. So I just randomly open a page, and I just going through. It's a both-sided page. I was just going through the pages and seeing. I really clicked with it. I already got through the click and hang out with it, that yes, this powerful condition will click, but not to an immediate. But this is really clicking with me. Let me try it out. So it was like at an instant, Swami, like how Swamiji says, it is. I will be available through you either through Atmamurti. I'll be available through you either through the Living Enlightenment book. I'll be available through you either through Atmalinga, through many other ways. It doesn't matter. Swamiji has to be physically near you. He already shared his experience, his Divya Sharira to every single object or every single individual where he is. So in this kind of situation where I was reading the Living Enlightenment book, by the night, by the time it was afternoon, by the time I was reading it, and after going through the whole book, when it was maybe night, evening or night, it has manifested as a reality. I'm able to see with that powerful cognition, I'm able to manifest that situation as a reality in front of me. So this was one incident which took place by the blessings of Living Enlightenment book, the Jivan Mukti. So Swamiji very beautifully says that it is like me speaking to you. That book is physically me who is there, who is speaking to you, who can solve any problems. It doesn't matter whether Swamiji has said that powerful cognition or no in the satsang, or he is going to say or no, but it's already there in the book. So whatever powerful, whenever you are powerless, whenever you're going through some obstacles, some hurdles in your life, Living Enlightenment book, it's one of the best solutions where you can take place, Maharaj. This is the one of my initial take which I wanted to share.
Yes, thank you so much, Shivshankar Maharaj, for your sharing how Living Enlightenment book not just applies for a problem or a life solution which you may need, but also helps in manifesting powers as well. Thank you so much, Maharaj. So now, actually, the next segment of today's next part of today's segment, we're going to be looking into the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. As all of you may know, today evening we have the auspicious Subramanya Bhava Samadhi Darshan, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism will be gracing all of us in the form, in the Bhava of Subramanya. Bhava is defined as directing and activating the emotional and spiritual energy that is created through meditation on the avatar. Bhava Samadhi Darshan is not an event in space and time. Rather, darshan happens at the moment when we are lifted out of space and time. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, our neurons are mirroring that of the avatar, that of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, of Swamiji. So exactly what does neuron mirroring mean? Swamiji in this video beautifully explains exactly what is the science of mirroring neurons.
I am introducing one of the important sacred secret, a spiritual principle to all of you. Please listen, the keyword, mirror neurons. Let me explain the concept. Then we will recognize many of our understandings with this truth. As I said, recognizing is recognizing. Mirror neurons. Very recently, I was studying a research paper where they beautifully established with various analysis, researchers on a very powerful truth. For example, if somebody is swimming in the ocean, you stand and watch. Whatever brain activity is happening in that person's brain, whatever activity is happening in his brain, in his neurons, please listen. Even if you are watching, the same activities are mirrored in your brain. The same neuron activities are mirrored in your brain. Listen. If you are watching totally, the same effect is mirrored totally in you. If you are absorbed in it, you also know a little swimming. Please listen. If you know a little swimming and you are absorbed in it, you are not swimming, you are just standing. Both brains are in the same frequency, the same effect, and no difference. Listen. If somebody is swimming in the ocean, you are standing and watching. If you don't know swimming, if you are not completely absorbed in it, maybe some 80% is mirroring. If you are absorbed in it and you also know swimming, there is no difference at all between his brain and your brain. The mirroring effect, I tell you, if you are watching totally absorbed in it, then the same activity is replicated in your brain, meaning the same kind of electric and neurotic impulses are activated in your brain. This defines, this demystifies many mystical phenomena. Please listen. Now you know why just by gazing into my eyes, you are in the space of completion. Why just looking at me, you are in the space of completion. I am swimming in the ocean of consciousness in the space of completion. Even the so-called moments of my screaming, whether I am smiling, telling a joke, or that is why even if you are absorbed in what I am doing, even if you are absorbed in the jokes I am telling you, even if you are absorbed in the actions, like very mundane, me serving food, or ordinary actions, walking, sitting, talking, joking, even in the ordinary actions,
Beautifully, Swamiji explained the science of mirroring neurons. Now, even if you yourself are not performing a specific act, as Swamiji himself has given the example of swimming, even though you are not performing the act, just by seeing someone swimming, same neuron, same brain activity starts getting mirrored in your brain.
I mean,
The brain neurons mirror, activate, and process all the absorbed movements or information of the avatar just by seeing and without the physical act of imitation. That is, our entire body, silently and without movement, recreates what is happening distances far away, experiencing the superconscious energy radiated by the avatar. The science of Bhava Samadhi Darshan knows no distance, a phenomenon modern science is just discovering and terming as quantum tunneling. Our thoughts per second reduces significantly and we relax into the space beyond thoughts, thoughtlessness, becoming mentally at ease in coexisting dimensions. Beyond duality, we and the divine become one, unconditioned by the parameters of time and space. Here we have an excerpt from the Chaitanya Chaitramrita, and here Bhagavan Sri Krishna describes the Bhava Samadhi Darshan in his own words. Goes, when Krishna once saw his own extraordinary sweetness reflected in a jeweled wall, he was amazed and said, How unprecedented and astonishing is this deep and indescribable sweetness of mine. Alas, when I see it, even I become greedy to enjoy its sweetness, just like Radhika. When I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it, but I can't. After due consideration, I find that the only way to relish the sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika. So here Bhagavan Sri Krishna, he himself is enamored and enchanted by his own form, his own bhava. And the only way where he can truly experience his own self is through the eyes and through the feeling connection of his devotees. The Bhava Samaya Darshan is the science of the Nijavatara, manifesting Paramashiva, the conscious, formless expresses of beings of Paramashiva through the Divya Shirira, light body, and manifesting as the Nijavatara, physical form, embodied form, for all of us to experience Paramashiva. Today night we will be having the Bhagavan Paramashiva expresses through the being of Subramanya and manifests as the Nijavatara, the physical form of Bhagavan Muruga. And I want to go ahead and allow our panelists to share their experiences which they have had in some of the recent Bhava Samaya Darshans and why you should be entering, why you should be taking part and being a part of today's Bhava Samaya Darshan. So, we have a new addition to our panelist, Murli Ayya from Chennai. Ayya, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and then continue on by sharing your experiences which you've been having from the Bhava Samaya Darshans. Please go ahead, Ayya.
Thank you, Maharaj. Murli from Chennai here. I came to Swamiji in 2013 to attend this Inner Awakening program, 20-day meditation program, which Swamiji used to conduct back to back those days. And actually, back then I was a very logical, rational, no-nonsense kind of person. I used to pride myself in. And all this darshan, these terms actually made very little sense to me, and I was too arrogant and egoistic to appreciate all these things back then. And Swamiji very beautifully made me realize that there's a big world out there waiting to be explored, which cannot be explained by the logic that I am holding on to. And it's a very wonderful experience, I should say, because many physical miracles have happened in my life. I've been a personal witness to many of them. And it's really fun to be with a part of all that, and fun journey of life also with Swamiji since then. So I can't thank Swamiji enough for what he has done, because many clicks have happened. I started looking at many things, many people around me differently, and so I've become less angry and less agitated within. So that's about a little about my experience and about introduction. And as far as these Bhava Samaya Darshans are concerned, I don't know what is stirring inside me, what is keeping arrested inside me. Like when I look at these deities, when Swamiji is in the Bhava of these deities, I somehow feel that who we see only in photographs in our house for doing puja, that deity is there right in front of our eyes, only waiting to be worshipped. It feels so real, it's so enthralling, and it's really arresting. I'm not able to say anything, I'm not able to give out any other words. It's so enthralling. I'm, as Swamiji said in the introductory clip, I just feel arrested looking into his eyes. I'm not able to move anywhere, move my eyes to anywhere else, anything else. It is so, again, I do the same word, arresting. I am not able to concentrate on anything else other than that. Because otherwise, like doing satsangs, we get distracted by somebody talking around us or some other sounds that are happening around us. But when these darshan times happen, nothing seems to disturb us, and the space is so intense. You actually become literally blind and deaf to anything else, anything else happening around you. It is that form that we are rooted to, riveted to and all that. And that intensity when we carry, I think the way we look at anybody else around any other action, when we recognize any other action that is happening around us, I think we tend to be less violent and we tend to be more compassionate towards that, and we only tend to see how it can be rectified, what can be done to make it better from there and all that, and nothing like that I expected this, I wanted this from you, but you are not listening, you didn't pay attention. That thing is not at all recognizing how it can be bettered from there. That's the only thing that we get to see. But and it's a very intense space. You are not listening. That's why Swamiji is not saying some words saying that if you look into my eyes, you are the space of completion. I've actually experienced this during my inner awakening program. Actually, the host of the program back then, she said, like, you can't face Swamiji in the eyes so easily, especially because you've been through a lot of falsehood. I told myself, being a very logical person, I asked myself, what? I've never been false. I've always been straightforward. I've always talked the truth. So why should I face Swamiji in the eye? What should I be afraid to face Swamiji in the eye? I told myself. And when I looked into his eyes, it was a new world altogether. I felt so. I could not remember anything of what I wanted to ask him. Back then, he actually used to take a bit of paper from our hands, wherein we wrote our prayers, our wishes, and gratitude. And I had a big list about what I wanted to ask him, and I had a paper with me. But when I went on, even before giving it to him, I just forgot what I wanted to ask, and I thought giving the paper to him itself was superfluous. So powerful his darshan was, and the moment he touched me in my third eye, enough. When I looked at the people from the stage to on the rest of the crowd, I felt, hey, come on, I will reach where I need to reach. What are you all doing? That's the feeling I got. I've come where I need to come. Why are you people sitting there? What are you waiting for? That's the feeling I got. It was so strong. And when I came back, I couldn't believe what happened. And it was only when I moved out of the hall, or some restroom or something, I don't remember now. Only when I moved out of the hall, I even realized that I forgot to ask so many things which I wanted to ask. I had a big list of things which I wanted to ask Swamiji, but I couldn't get anything at all. I didn't remember anything. So strong and heavy his presence was. And even I'm able to feel the same heaviness even when I attend this formation program during the Pralaya time online. The same thing. Even gazing at the avatar, gazing at the deity that he's in the Baba of, that itself is very enthralling. It's very thrilling, very exciting to see the whole thing. And when you have the relevant song, relevant hymn in the background, playing in the background, you are able to feel the meaning of the mantras just coming out physically. That's what I felt. The little Sanskrit that I know, I'm able to feel the meaning of the mantras, meaning of the hymns actually see in the physical form. And that's very, very thrilling. It's a very thrilling experience. I don't know what else to say. I'm just speechless, wordless to explain that situation.
Yes,
I don't know if I made sense. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Aya, for your beautiful sharing on your direct experience with Swamiji physically, and even after it becoming an online darshan, after experiencing virtually as well, the experience still has the same sweetness. It still only has become much deeper in a way.
Actually, back then, many people were levitating, and I can understand why they were doing that. And with my logical self, I was thinking, and when they said that they were very conscious at the time, I was getting only even more incomplete. You are so conscious, why do you want to jump on your fellow participant? I used to get angry with them. But now, and in the Paramasham, this virtual Paramasham which I attended, I realized that what they understood, what they went through at that time itself, and what they said, why they said what they said when they were saying that they were conscious of that. Because I started levitating only during the Paramasham, and that itself was fun again. So I wanted to compete with all the participants who had jumped on me and made me angry. It was really nice. Thank you, Swamiji, for this darshan and experience and all that.
Yes, thank you so much, Malia, for your beautiful sharing. Nithyananda, we have just a few more minutes more until it's time for us to conclude. Is there any final words you would like to say regarding either the living enlightenment, the science of living enlightenment, or the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, the experience, why someone should come and attend the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, why someone should pick up the Living Enlightenment book? In just a few words, you can go ahead and conclude this whole segment for all of us. Please go ahead.
Sure, Nithyanam, thank you, Maharaj. Yeah, I mean, I saw a bit of a disappointing video today where someone was speaking saying that manifesting powers is immature path. And I guess one of the things I would share is, coming from North America and growing up here, and we played ice hockey growing up, and there's just nothing about spiritual life, nothing about consciousness, nothing about your purpose of life is taught to you. People grow up to be mechanics, engineers, whatever, doctors, and but the experience from Swamiji is you sit down, and that's the beautiful thing about the program tonight, is you get a number of hours. So you get to sit, you get to learn about it, you get to relax, you get to start listening. Your patterns, your desires come up, you start to process what you're looking for, what you need to drop. You get some time to sit with it. It's not just a few seconds. You get that time to understand yourself, to work through some things, to bring some things up. And this is the thing about, like, we're all this super consciousness. We're all a soul, temporary, inhabiting a body. That's what life is. That's what Hinduism is knowing this greater science of life and teaching it to you for a solution. So one of the greatest things this is the thing, Swamiji just gives too much. He just gives too much. You end up just taking it for granted. And like Murli, I was saying is, what will happen is you will sit with Swamiji, and whatever you want, or whatever you want to remove sincerely, or whatever problems you want to come out of, when you sit sincerely with him, when you stand up, you'll walk away, having not done anything really. You'll walk away.
Enjoy. Spiritual feast, enjoy. Don't miss it. Never miss a Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Enjoy Paramashivoham, which is introducing and making you cognize the cosmic principles and cosmic beings. the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism, subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign manifested. The cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you. You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism, subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign manifested. The cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you. You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
1 or 2 times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Baba Samadhi Darshan, Devi Baba Samadhi Darshan. By 3rd time, 4th time, you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti, simply those prayers become reality, and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built. One or 2 times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Baba Samadhi Darshan, Devi Baba Samadhi Darshan. By 3rd time, 4th time, you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti, simply those prayers become reality, and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built. One or 2 times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Baba Samadhi Darshan, Devi Baba Samadhi Darshan. By 3rd time, 4th time, you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti, simply those prayers become reality.
Connecting with the divine with your eyes closed is meditation. Connecting with the divine with your eyes open is darshan. Come, let us all now move from meditation to darshan. Slowly, very slowly, please open your eyes.
ஜகம் போற்றும் எம் ஆனந்த நித்யனே சாற்றும் இப்பாமாலை ஏற்றமை காப்பாயே நித்யானந்த குரு நித்யா நித்யானந்தா. அருணாச்சலம் தந்த வரமே அகத்தினில் அமர்ந்தே அருள் தரும் நித்யானந்தா. குருவாய் மலர்ந்திங்கு உணர்வாய் கலந்தெமக்குயர்வாழ் வழித்திடும் நித்யானந்தா. அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல குரு நித்யானந்தா. அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல குரு நித்யானந்தா. புவி மேல் பிறந்தது எதனால் என்பதும் அறியா பதர்யாம் நித்யானந்தா. துதிப்பாடிடும் வரம் அளித்தே குறைதனை களைந்தாய் கணம் தனில் நித்யானந்தா. அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல குரு நித்யானந்தா. அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல குரு நித்யானந்தா.
तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवसमारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरी पराशक्तिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां. ललाटे त्रिपुण्ड्रीनितिलकृतकस्तूरी तिलकः स्फुरन्मालाधारस्फुरितकटिगोपीनवसनः तथा नो दुष्टारं शिरसि फणिराजं शशिकलां प्रदीपः सर्वेषां वरुणगिरियोगी विजयते. ॐ अनन्ताय नमः. ॐ अनन्तपुण्यफलदाय नमः. ॐ अखिलाण्डकोटिब्रह्माण्डनायकाय नमः. ॐ अखिलाण्डकोटिब्रह्माण्डजनकाय नमः. ॐ अखिलाण्डकोटिब्रह्माण्डरूपिणे नमः. ॐ अजयाय नमः. ॐ अजाय नमः. ॐ अनिमादि अष्टसिद्धिदाय नमः. ॐ आसुतोषाय नमः. ॐ अव्ययाय नमः. ॐ अर्धनारीश्वराय नमः. ॐ अवस्थात्रयविनिर्मुक्ताय नमः. ॐ नव्याजकरुणामूर्तये नमः. ॐ अनाथनाथाय नमः. ॐ आनन्दगन्धनिलयाय नमः. ॐ आर्तत्राणपरायणाय नमः. ॐ ईप्सितफलदायकाय नमः. ॐ उष्णीषधराय नमः. ॐ उत्सवप्रियाय नमः. ॐ कलिकल्मषहारिणे नमः. ॐ कर्मफलदायकाय नमः. ॐ कार्यकारणविनिर्मुक्ताय नमः. ॐ कैवल्यपददायकाय नमः. ॐ कृपाकराय नमः. ॐ त्रयस्त्रिंशत्कोटिदेवतासेव्यमानपादाब्जाय नमः. ॐ सर्वकामध्वंसिने नमः. ॐ कल्पतरुमूलवासिने नमः. ॐ कल्पतरवे नमः. ॐ निष्कलाय नमः. ॐ नामरूपविवर्जिताय नमः. ॐ भक्तवत्सलाय नमः. ॐ सर्वव्याधिप्रशमनाय नमः.